Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here again at Denver, this time for a Roval race. This is the first road course event of the year here, race 7 in the 2019 NRSL Mountain Dew For the Win Cup Series. And on the pole is someone who finished very well at the Speedway variant of this track layout. I cannot put together good sentences right now. William Flickinger on the pole. And next to him is 2017 Watkins Glen winner Charles Sandfer. So those two line the front row. In fact, our first two rows, and none of these top four drivers have won yet this season. In row 2 is William Brock and James Shelley. Brock is still looking for career win number 1. And James Shelley's looking to go back to victory lane for the first time since 2017. In row 3 is Nico Tringali and 2017 champ Caleb Hoffman. In row 4 is Ryan Brommer and Levi McIntyre. McIntyre had the pole in the oval race, so it looks like he's got some pretty good speed here. And in row 5, we've got James Qualls and Austin Alves, who starts 10th. Back-to-back bad races for Alves has sent him down the standings a little bit, but not a lot. As we'll look at those standings, Zoerlein is still your points leader with a 92-point lead over both Johnny Gardner and Austin Alves. Fourth in points is Jessica Shelton, 5th Kev Shearer, 6th Marty Johnson, 7th Mark Riggleman, 8th Charles Jackson, 9th Zach Flickinger, and 10th is Alex Gray. First car in without a win is Patrick Sick in 11th, and Nico Tringali now sits 15th in the point standings. So we'll get ready to go racing here in a bit.
Are you ready? Gentlemen, start your engines!
Sorry about that. I had to click off screen for a bit. And problems for Charles Sandfer. This is something we have not seen all season. And that is grid problems for a driver. And you can see this is going to change where people start now as far as the top line goes. And moving into 10th now will be John Arndt. So problems for Charles Sandfer. He's not smoking. So hopefully something they can fix. And never mind, he killed himself. Okay then. Anyways, green flag is out. We're underway here at Denver. Remind the road course races, we do not throw the caution flag. And Nico Tringali's the first to make a move to make it 3 wide. Three by 3. Look at this, Nico Tringali from 5th to the lead. Ryan Brommer from 7th to 2nd. This is one of the crazy sections on the track. So I forgot to mention they are running high drag packages at the road courses this year. That's why we saw some crazy 3 wide action there. But you still have to get through the track fast. Shelley sits in 3rd, Brock 4th, and Fitzwater in 5th as William Flickinger falls all the way to 7th. Charles Sandfer has already retired, but he did not hit the start-finish line. But we'll make sure he gets a finishing position. So we go through the chicane for the first time today. And Nico Tringali will lead lap number 1. As you can see, the drag, just low horsepower, high drag package for the road course is just really showing how much of a toll it is right here. It's Ryan Brommer, a rookie in the 21, is making a move for the lead. Brock making a move on Shelley for 3rd. And that's probably going to be the main passing point all day today. Hoffman back in 6th, Qualls 7th, William Flickinger 8th, Jefferson 9th as Al sits just inside the top 10 as McIntyre's looking for that position back. Seth Cole, one of our road course veterans, sits in 13th. So let's go to the roof camera here on Seth Cole. See how fast the car gets through gears 1 to 3. Seth will be able to dive it here into the chicane. But he gets a bad exit. Back Jose Mills is going to his inside for that position. But we'll head back up to the front. Nico Tringali have a shot at passing Brommer back here for the lead. Maybe not quite. I think he's going to get right on his bumper though. Battles for position right here. Alves and McIntyre for 10th. Alves will take the position away. John Arndt going a little wide here into this corner. Side by side with William Flickinger, who started on the pole and is about to fall outside the top 10. Or he has fallen outside the top 10. Never mind, Alves was fighting McIntyre for 9th. Jose Mills is trying to make a move on John Arndt for what I believe is 12th. And Mills almost had it. Trying to get the run on the top line here. But now instead Seth Cole will make a move to the left. And Seth Cole will pass. Now things like pit road could get dangerous because you go right into the chicane and pit road entrance is right there. We could see a little entry mayhem if someone's side by side with another driver. Jake Jefferson making a move on Qualls. That's for 7th. Tringali maybe looking to make another move on Brommer here, but no dice. Looks like he might have overshot a wee bit. But Tringali's consistency is really picking up as of late. He gets another top 5 finish here, he could find himself top 10 in points. Meanwhile, let's talk about Brommer, Brock, Shelley, and Fitzwater. Looking at the standings here, Ryan Brommer sits 35th in points. Fitzwater sits 13th in points. William Brock sitting 36th in points. And James Shelley sits 38th in points. So a lot of drivers who haven't had great runs trying to get that first great run here today. As our highest driver without a top 5 is surprisingly Kev Shearer, 5th in points. Our highest driver without a top 10 is now Jose Mills, 28th in points. You can see the speed difference here when they're going through 1 and 2. As Fitzwater's making a move on 4th place. Tringali made a move there at entry, but he had to back out. So now Zachary Fitzwater is trying to take 4th away from William Brock. Caleb Hoffman could be looking at 5th place here. Poor Charles Sanford started 2nd just for something to break. And then I guess he didn't see those tire barriers or something. So Hoffman falls back, unable to get William Brock for 5th. Nate Rogers has made it by Shear for 19th. Johnny Gardner, our winner, a couple of days ago, 21st. Quentin Moore lost a ton of positions. DJ Curtis not having a good second event. He sits 33rd. Zoerlein sits in 36th. As Ace Rogers, Charles Jackson, Sam and Oskin, Edwin Mendez on pit road. And Mark Riggleman has retired. So apparently we had an accident. So we're going to step away and see what happened here. So now Ace Rogers and Sam and Oskin went down pit road of their own accord for an early pit stop. But we're coming into the chicane, and it looks like Mendez is just going to get into Charles Jackson diving in for the corner. And these curbs are pretty massive. I mean, look at all the bouncing around. So that spins Jackson out. Rob Evans has nowhere to go, and then Riggleman's just going to come right in and destroy the back end of Mendez's car. Zoerlein is going to miss this. And that is the extent of the accident. So with that, we'll get back to live action. Well, it looks like we're using a lot more fuel than we thought, as Levi McIntyre has gotten wrecked entering pit road. Jose Mills and others. But apparently, you can only go 5 laps on fuel here. So we're in for about a 4-stopper event, as Shelton, Johnson, and Peter Sands stay out. Charles Jackson and some others had pit the lap before. Jackson, Ace Rogers, Alves, and Hoffman. So, I mean, it's pretty chaotic getting on the pit road. Oh, it looks like Cole Deaver stayed out as well. Pit strategy will be quite interesting, as it looks like Nico Tringali will be the first one off pit road, so he leapfrogs Ryan Brommer. You can see they have to go all the way to that yellow line right there. Shelton's making, well, maybe Marty Johnson's trying to get by, or I don't know. So we're looking at, I mean, wow, 4 laps. It looks like the extent of the run should be about 6 to 7, depending how much fuel you're using, how much draft you're getting. See everyone coming out of pit road there, going into the infield of Shelton, Johnson. They're coming out. But it's pretty sketchy going into pit road because it's so tight. And you really have to slow down. Some people banging into each other. I mean, it is a really unsuspecting pit road. You won't know if someone's pitting until like right here. So Shelton, Johnson, and Sands coming down pit road. Same with Cole Deaver. You can see it's very slow, very narrow pit road version. They're not using the actual speedway pit road. So that's where I think things get a little confusing. But it looks like Hoffman is actually in front of Tringali. So Hoffman gained some time. Leapfrogging. So Caleb Hoffman, could he maybe get his first career victory? Nico Tringali's all over him. Marty Johnson got the lap led on pit road. But Caleb Hoffman is indeed going to be our leader right now. As yes, no one got out in front of them, so it's Tringali and Hoffman by themselves here. Tringali making a move for the lead as they'll enter the infield. He does have fresher tires, but we'll see what pit strategy does here today. This is a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. So Tringali will take the lead. Let's give you a rest of your rundown. Third is Ryan Brommer. Fourth, Fitzwater Sr. Fifth, Austin Alves. Oh, maybe not. James Shelley right there. And sixth, Brock 7th. Jefferson 8th. Ace Rogers 9th. And Seth Cole 10th. Ace Rogers really hopping the field from mid-pack to get up here. John Arndt. There's William Flickinger. There's Jessica Shelton. First of the cars with fresh tires. It looks like James Qualls has decent back-end damage. There's Marty Johnson, Peter Sands. Also, we're just down pit road, so they've got the really fresh rubber. And there's Cole Deaver. You see McIntyre has fallen back pretty far. Jose Mills with the back-end damage. There's Gardner. Zoerlein still very far back. Miller, Evans, though, farther. Charles Jackson, we know, got spun, so. And there's Samuel Oskin. I think Oskin pit again already. So there's some very weird strategies going on here. But Tringali and Hoffman will be the ones duking it out for the time being. So there's the official top 10 order. And Hoffman will make a move into turn 1 yet again. As they go side by side into the infield. Hoffman will take the race lead back. Brommer holding on to third for now. Shelley up to fifth. Jefferson looking to maybe get 7th from William Brock here. And he will. Seth Cole trying to hold on to 10th over John Arndt. So Shelton with the freshest tires, she sits 13th. Now depending how long each of these drivers can go, because we already saw Oskin pit again. Fuel conservation pitting one less stop will be pretty huge here. You're not going to gain all that time up. So if Shelton's able to 3-stop it versus everyone else 4-stopping it, she could be the favorite to get her first career win here. We've also got to remember Peter Sands, 17th, Deaver 18th, and Johnson 19th. But they are a lot farther back than the 02 of Jessica Shelton. So Oskin is the only one who's pit again. As Hoffman takes back the lead over Nico Tringali. Ace Rogers pits for the second time today on lap 9. William Flickinger is looking for 9th place on Seth Cole. It's incredible how spread out the field has gotten, though. Fitzwater's looking for 3rd here on rookie Ryan Brommer. He will take the position. Tringali again back out in front of Hoffman. He does have those fresher tires, so he gets the draft. Fresher tires, more grip. Let's look at the fastest lap time on the day. Brommer with a 1:53.835, which I believe was on the second lap of the race. Hoffman right there second. Tringali, nowhere to be found. He's just Mr. Consistent lap times. He is 14th on the board. So Levi McIntyre has elected to pit again as well. So the 19 and the 99 pitting on lap 9/10. So you see Ace will come out in front of Oskin. Now it is a bit of a disadvantage pitting by yourself because you're not getting draft. Yes, you're getting those fresher tires, but you're not getting draft when you go into pit road. Draft is pretty huge on the oval section of this racetrack. We know Hoffman pit earlier before, but he's staying out right now. He's right there behind Tringali. He wants to be with him when they go into pit road, I think. Seth Cole will pit. Nate Rogers. Now they're spread out enough to where it's really not dangerous to pit. Tony Green's coming in. Catlin Downey, Quentin Moore, Miller. So a decent chunk of cars right there. Tringali's going to hold on to the lead now. Brommer's trying to take back 3rd place from Fitzwater. Shelley's right there in 5th. Fitzwater will hold on to 3rd. Jefferson 6 out of 7th. Brock 8th. Shelton's already back up to 9th. She's run a 53.848. That is 2nd on the board. I'm telling you, if Shelton can go 7 laps every run. Mendez is also on pit road, but everyone else has come out. As you can see, Seth Cole well behind Ace Rogers, even Sam and Oskin. Oskin seems to be pitting every 4 laps. Hopefully that is not what he continues to do. As we see here on lap 11, will either of these top 2 pit? Hoffman is going to come down. Now he might be pitting by himself, but Tringali's no longer going to get any draft runs either. Alves shoots down pit road. Zach Flickinger, Qualls. Shearer. Phil Parker. TJ Hanley. Zoerlein's been riding by himself all day. He's coming down. Rob Evans. And Charles Jackson. You can see they're really spread out, all the people that have pit. So, I mean, it's really going to come into a talent game here. Potentially. I mean, everyone that's pit is just super spread out. As you see, Hoffman is already down and away. So as Hoffman comes out, we'll go back to Tringali. Tringali has stayed out. Oh no, they haven't even gotten back to pit road yet. Warren Downey came down as well. Oskin's already pit again on lap 12, so I don't know what's up with the fuel tank of the 22, but they are pitting every 4 laps. And I do not think that strategy is going to work. Lap 12, Nico Tringali will give up the lead. He'll come down pit road. Yep, everyone else seemingly following, except for Jessica Shelton. Peter Sands, Cole Deaver, Marty Johnson as well. So the 4 cars that stayed out the longest last time do it again. If they play this hand right, they could end up pitting 1 less time. They've gone another 6 laps after going 7 the first time. They pit again on lap 20, lap 21. They should be good for the rest of the way. Everyone else is going to pit lap 18. They're going to have to pit again. D-Road making a move on Sands. That's for second. But there is Shelton. So now we go back. Here's Nico Tringali. Coming out of pit road. There's Caleb Hoffman. And he has passed Tringali big time. You see Tringali can see him right there. Tringali, it looks like we'll stay in range for now. Let's ride on board inside the cockpit of Nico Tringali. Really understand the elevation changes right here. So Tringali will stay in range of Hoffman. Shelton has pit. Oh, Phil Parker's got no... Oh, Phil Parker's been destroyed. Everyone else down pit road. Jay Jefferson, Johnny Gardner, Gatlin Downey maybe. Kev Shear was involved from the looks of it, so it looks like we've got another accident. So let's take a look at this. So this is going to look very slow-mo. We're slow-moing at 34 miles an hour here. Gardner and Sick are both coming out of pit road. And I'm not sure what Sick was doing, but he just turned left into Gardner here. And he's going to fling Gardner straight onto the racetrack. And there's cars coming. And Phil Parker comes in and just slams him in the left rear. And look at the car. Almost completely off the air, tumbling around here. Shearer slams into the 41. That sends him all the way off the ground. Tony Green's going to miss Gardner. Misses Phil Parker and Kev Shearer, and that seems to be the extent of this wreck. So let's take you back to live action. So we're back halfway through the race. Tringali back in the lead. Quentin Moore lap down Cargarden in the way of Caleb Hoffman. That's allowed Tringali to drive away. Fitzwater third, Brommer fourth. Ace Rogers is all the way up to fifth. Shelton sixth. Zach Flickinger 7th, William Brock 8th, James Shelley 9th, and Austin Allis is 10th. So we're seeing what the different strategies are doing here. Ace Rogers is probably going to be down the next lap or so. Someone is down pit road. That's Quentin Moore again. So the quick stopping strategy seemingly working for the 19 of Ace Rogers. He's looking for fourth from Ryan Brommer right here. Now he's not gaining any time from Tringali or Hoffman, but he is gaining positions nonetheless. Shelton, same thing with her. She sits in sixth with the freshest tires on the track. So now Hoffman has fallen a ton of ground because of Quentin Moore. But it's far from over, depending when Nico Tringali makes his final pit stop could determine if he has to pit a fourth time. No idea what happened to Jay Jefferson. I'm expecting it was possibly a pit road stall glitch. But what a bad day for Jonathan Zoerlein. He's looking at what could be his worst finish of the season. Curtis with a bad day. Seth Cole not having the run he thought he would have. Ace Rogers up to fourth. Fitzwater in third. Bit of a surprise, and there it is. Ace Rogers down again on lap 15. As I think Zach Flickinger wanted to pit, and he's gonna miss it. He's gonna slam the wall. And now this is just an AI glitch. So Zach Flickinger's good run is gone just like that. And he will most likely get a tow here to his pit stall. That might have been what happened to Jay Jefferson. Nate Rogers is also down pit road. Shelton now flies by Brommer for fourth. Alex Gray's in the top 10. I didn't even really notice him. Peter Sands trying to get a good run going here. Cole Deaver and Marty Johnson have fallen back. So Sands and Shelton are the top two from their last pit stop group. If she can make it to lap 2021, I'd say she's all but got this thing won. Hoffman and Tringali just kind of chilling in their own little worlds right now. And the 14 pits here on lap 16, so he will definitely be back again. James Shelley coming down as well. Seth Cole as well. That ships Fitzwater into second. Shelton with a big run from third. So Shelton will close up big time on Fitzwater as they enter the infield. And there's Flickinger with his damage. Apparently, he either started going again or he actually got towed pretty quickly. I have a feeling he's coming back down pit road. He's got pretty heavy damage. Yep. Oskin's down for the frickin' fourth time in 16 laps. I really do not understand the strategy for this 22 team. Maybe they thought there'd be more tire wear, I don't know. There's Ace Rogers, James Shelley, and Hoffman coming out in front of him. We'll see when Nico Tringali elects to pit. He's catching Edwin Mendez. Not this lap. Fitzwater's going to come down, give up second place. Austin Alves giving up sixth place. Gray gives up seventh. Peter Sands is actually going to pit here on lap 17. Okay, changing strategy. Not sure why the 12 team elected to do that. Brommer gets a run on Shelton for second. Brommer will complete the pass. As Gatlin Downey and Quentin Moore got disqualified for something. So it's been a while since I've seen that. So that is very interesting. Not sure what they did. I'm guessing they kept trying to clear the black flag and they couldn't get it to clear or something. They have gotten off the track. That's highly unfortunate. As I don't think I'm going to come back to this track. Strategy is very interesting, but very, very tricky track. And Tringali comes down pit road on lap 18, so he will definitely be back down. Brommer and Brock, that leaves Shelton by herself. Wow, even Cole Deaver is going to abandon the strategy. And Marty Johnson. That leaves just Shelton on this strategy. There's Nico Tringali coming out of pit road. Now this is the busy pit road. There's Hoffman. It looks like Tringali will come out in front of him this time. Oh, side by side is Kukulon and Deaver. This could be tricky. But they're going to keep it together. No one else will come out side by side. Running out of things to say and I'm getting hungry. Kind of surprised Jay Jefferson has not returned to a track. I'm guessing that is also a glitch. So, does Shelton go another lap? Nope, she's pitting here on lap 19. That'll put her at 8 to go, which is going to be tough to do. But it could still be interesting because we're probably going to see people take anywhere from half a can to 2 cans on this next pit stop. Tringali in front. Hoffman's there. See what kind of strategy happens here. Shelton away already. As you look at Tringale's speed, he's out of the chicane. And there goes Tringale by on the racetrack. Same with Hoffman. There is Jessica Shelton. She has cleared pit road. Hoffman is getting a bit of draft from Tringale. So Tringale leads, Hoffman second. Looks like Fitzwater third. Alex Gray is up to fourth. And Jessica Shelton sits in fifth. Sixth, Ace Rogers. Seventh, Peter Sands. Eighth, Ryan Brommer. Ninth, William Brock. And 10th is James Shelley. Nobody else retired. Fastest lap still belongs to Brommer. Him and Shelton, the only ones in the 153s. Austin Alves with a good rebound today in 11th right now. Zoerlein's just kind of been surviving after starting in the back. He's 27th. It could be worse. But that 92-point lead is definitely going to disintegrate a bit here today. Oskin has been pitting every 4 laps. I do not know why. But this kind of strategy has put them in 31st. It looks like Tringale is a bit faster through the infield than Caleb Hoffman. We're going to be at 7 to go. Tringale could become the second driver in just 7 races to win multiple events. Hoffman did gain 3/10 that lap. You can see he's getting draft for sure here. So Hoffman is closing in. He's going to want to close in as much as he can before his final pit stop. So Hoffman continues to close on Tringale as Shelton's making a move on 4th. And now she's making a move on 3rd. Those fresh tires really helping out for Jessica Shelton. She'll pass Gray and Fitzwater as she moves to 3rd place. And now let's see if she has enough grip to gap them before the oval part of the track. Ace Rogers in 6th with old tires. So Austin Alves has made it up to 10th. He ran a 154.082 last time by. That is 4th on the board. So Austin Alves coming in a bit here at the end of the race. Reminder, this is the first of 3 road course races. Valkenburg is next week. And that track has just one long straight section. That is a course on an old airport. Speaking of that, the trucks are back next week as well. So the trucks will run 25 laps at Valkenburg while the Cup guys run 40 laps. Now, today was a 101.25 mile race. Next week will be 97.24. And then Pensacola is 95.4. Pensacola is our longest road course. It's only 18 laps and it accounts to 95 miles. Pensacola will really show us what this road course package can do, as Shelton's going to pit early. So she went from pitting 3 laps ago to pitting again. This might be because she wants 4 tires. No, she's taking left sides only. I'm very surprised that this is the strategy the O2 team has decided to make. So they took left sides only and they filled it up because they had just pit. And that is what the O2 team is doing. A lot of other cars on pit road. Maybe trying to find a way to gain time through the oval section, or the infield section. But Tringale still leads. Now Hoffman did not gain as much because Mendez and Oskin were there to provide draft. So we'll see what the strategy does for Jessica Shelton. I mean, I honestly thought she had enough to go the whole way. But I mean, the left sides and that little bit of fuel really helped her gap. Peter Sands has gotten up there too with, I think, the same strategy. He's passed Fitzwater Sr. So this might be pretty good strategy. What she would have had to have done on lap 25-26, she's done right now. But the hope is that Tringali and Hoffman go a few more laps, I would believe. Tringali will come into the chicane here, and he is not pitting, but Caleb Hoffman is. So Tringali will hit 5 to go here as the leader after passing Mendez. William Brock, Ryan Brommer had stayed out. They're both coming in. Kukulon, Deaver, Dylan Young, Ferranti, and William Flickinger all down pit road. Patrick Sick comes down. DJ Curtis coming down. So it looks like pretty much everybody, yep, everybody else is pitting except for Nico Tringali. As you can see, Shelton has really gapped the field with this move. But I don't know if it's enough to catch Caleb Hoffman. There's Shelton coming out of the chicane. Oh, this is actually going to be pretty close. Hoffman has just left his pit stall. There's Jessica Shelton. Now the question is, did Hoffman... I don't know if Hoffman took tires or not. But there's the 0-2 of Shelton. Oh man, she's going to be right here. She's going to be right on the bumper of the 14. Now it all comes down to what Nico Tringali decides to do. As he has just come out of the infield. Last car that has not pit. I'm guessing this is going to be maybe a one can only stop, no fuel. And it looks like he will pit here. And we will watch Tringali through and through. No other accidents so far in this race. Jefferson's still sitting on pit road. Definitely not coming back to this track. Maybe. We'll see. And Tringali will put right side tires on. It says a right side only pit stop. And that is the case. Now the main question remains, where is... Oh, they're not even close! Or are they? They're out of the chicane now. Okay, it's about the same time as Hoffman was leaving his stall. It looks like Tringali's going to come out behind Flickinger. Hoffman and Shelton are drafting in a manner of speaking. Oh man, I think Tringali's got this though. I mean, he's pretty far ahead. And he enters the infield first as Shelton makes the move on Hoffman for second. She'll clear him. What they're going to need is they're going to need Flickinger to hold up Nico Tringali, but I don't know if that's going to be really possible. He did only take right side tires. You know, it all depends what kind of lap time Shelton can run. She's really gapping Hoffman. See if Tringali is fast enough to pass Flickinger here or not. where he's going to do it. He's going to get maybe a little bit of draft here. You can see Flickinger very slow. Let's see what the 84 does. Oh, he's going to slow up. That's going to hurt him. When he had to hold up again, still holding up, losing a ton of time right there to Jessica Shelton and Caleb Hoffman. But he's still pretty far ahead. But he's not going to get any of that draft. See what Shelton and Hoffman get. Oh man, they're like 4 seconds behind though. Three laps to go. I mean, I think Tringali played this race the correct way. Hoffman overshoots that corner a little bit. So it took him 2 full seasons. And in just 7 races in 2019, it looks like Tringali will be a 2-time winner. Is this our breakout third-year driver? I mean, Andrew Rich was our breakout second-year driver. For those that don't know, when I did Neymar, this was the season 2 champion in a 40-race season. That was a 12-race chase. All he did was win 1 race. It wasn't round eliminations or anything. Because that was back in... I want to say that was all the way back in 2014. Maybe earlier? Must have been 2014. Anyway. Tringali will take 2 to go. Shelton still sits in second. Pretty good run for her nonetheless. They still remain behind Flickinger. And she'll get by him pretty easy. She had to check up just a little bit. And Hoffman's going to fly by him. That's going to give Hoffman a really good shot at second. So, I mean, pretty good race here for second. It is another 3 points. So we look at the standings. Shelton 4th in points. 97 behind Zoerlein. Should be the one to gain the most. And Hoffman sits 18th in points. So Hoffman should get his first top 5 here. And Shelton will get what will be her 4th top 5 and 4th top 10. So Shelton, just like Zoerlein, is top 5 or bust. So while Tringali drives away towards the white flag, let's take a look at the rest of the top 10. Peter Sands in 4th, William Brock in 5th, Fitzwater 6th, passing Ace Rogers for that position, who's now 7th. Teammate Sebastian Kukulon in 8th, Cole Deaver 9th, and Alex Gray 10th. We still don't know if any of these drivers have to pit, if they're short on gas, what the deal is there. And yep, some people do. Seth Cole is pit, Hanley, Zoerlein, Charles Jackson, Simon Oskin, Edwin Mendez. So it's not over yet. It is a long racetrack. I mean, Hoffman pretty early. Can he even make it? Well, we're about to find out. Tringali pit last, so I would think Tringali can make it. He's coming to the white flag here this time by. No pit stop. No pit stop for these two either. So they are going good here. White flag for Nico Tringali, looking for win number 2. And it looks like, even though it took Audi a full season plus to get that first win, they're going to beat BMW to their 2nd manufacturer victory. Looking at the top 10, doesn't look like anybody else pit. anybody else on pit road. What a day for Nico Tringali, though. Started 5th, threw it into the corner 3 wide. I mean, that ultimately looks like what really mattered. Shelton's going to hold on to 2nd. Peter Sands 4th, Brock 5th. So that looks like our top 5. What a crazy top 5 for our first road course, and it's honestly just what I expected. Two more crazy road courses to go. But as he exits the infield, he's all but got it. Just has to make it back to that start-finish line. This race took a solid hour. But as he enters the chicane, Nico Tringali will capture his 2nd win of 2019 here at the Denver Roval. I'm going to exit to this screen. Shelton 2nd, Hoffman 3rd. I'll write this down on my notebook first. Peter Sands 4th, William Brock 5th. Fitzwater 6th, Ace Rogers 7th, Sebastian Kugelon 8th, Coldiva 9th, and Alex Gray. That rounds out your top 10. So next week, the trucks will go for their 5th event at Valkenburg. 25 laps of action. The Cup drivers will join them for 40 laps of action. Ryan Brommer came home 11th after showing good speed early on. Austin Alps 12th. Qualls 13th with that back end damage. Patrick Sick, James Shelley, Dylan Young 16th, Ferranti 17th, Curtis 18th, William Flickinger 19th, John Art 20th, Nate Rogers, Marty Johnson, Tony Green, Jose Mills, Andrew Miller, Rob Evans, Seth Cole, TJ Hanley, Zoerlein, Charles Jackson, Levi McIntyre, Oskin Mendez, Zach Flickinger, and then your accidents, DEQs, and could not return to the track for whatever reason. I'll be looking into that. Waiting for this race to be official. Okay, Mendez is right there. There it is. Charles Sanford never got to start the race. I'll be sure he gets a point. But that is it here from the Roval, and I'll see you at Valkenburg.